So, yeah, I generally think these are good investments. They're coming in at very, very reasonable price points per square meter. They're from incredibly reliable developers. And then again, you get that transparency of these publicly traded companies and the businesses behind them.
Eric, thank you very much for coming back today.
My pleasure.
To give us your insights onto the Phuket property market. I believe this month you've chosen a theme for us, is that right?
Yeah, I've gone with 3 different developers that are all publicly traded. So not only do you get the reliability of their history of development throughout Thailand and Phuket, then you get the transparency that's associated with that publicly traded status. So the first one is from a company called Origin, and they are Origin Property PLC. They've got over 60 developments in Thailand and then 7 in Phuket that are either completed or currently ongoing. They're branded down in Phuket as So Origin, and then they have a specific name. So there are a few of them around Phuket right now that are ongoing, but I'm going to focus on one called So Lagoon. It is located 500 meters from Boat Avenue, right, which, as you know, is basically the hub, right, of the Bang Tao area, right? It's all the shops and restaurants and cafes and things, right? So 500 meters from there. Expected completion time of around Q4 of 2027. They've got 1-bedroom units, which are roughly in the 30 square meter area. And the base price there is starting around 3.5 million Thai Baht, which is just over $100,000. Then they have some 2-bedroom units that are right around the 65 square meter. And those are coming in at just under 10 million baht, just under 300,000 US dollars. And then they do have a few 3-bedroom units, and those are listing for about roughly 13 to 14 million as a base price, which is coming in at 420,000 US. Took a quick look, ballpark figure, I would say there's about 75 units remaining there. And I have heard from a few different folks in sort of our circle of trust, as it would be with other agencies. You know, we do talk and communicate about these things. The investors in particular they're really quite attracted to this. They have calculated conservatively anywhere from between 10 to 12% annual ROI on their units. So pretty darn attractive. Now, I would say the other good selling point for this project in particular is that after your reservation fee and initial 30% upfront upon signing the sales and purchase agreement, they're not asking for any further payments until transfer. So you don't have to pay the 70% remaining until your title is actually transferred, which, as you know, would be, I would say, unique in the off-plan condominium industry. Currently, they are offering a 200,000 baht discount on many of their units, as well as a free furniture package. So quite attractive to investors. Okay, so the next featured developer has a very considerable inventory of condominium projects on Phuket. It's a Phuket-based company, but it is publicly traded. It's their series of condominiums are called the Title, and they started down in Rawai. They've got a lot of projects down in Rawai. They've got new ongoing projects in Kata. They've got existing projects in Nayang, and they've got off-plan projects in Bang Tao, Nayang again. So I believe in total they've got at least over a dozen properties and projects in Phuket. Right, so major player on the Phuket scene. Right, they've been operating since 1989, so quite a long history. Right, so you get the reliability of proven delivery of their projects. I would like to highlight what's called the Title Artrio, and that is next door to what's called Puerto de Phuket, which is another shopping and restaurant hub. So prime real estate, prime real estate. The expected completion date for this project is Q1 of 2027. And they've got some smaller side units going for roughly 3.5 million baht. Again, they're in that 30 square meter range. They've got some larger 2-bedroom units as well in that 65 square meter range. And those again are listing for just under 10 million. So you've got a range in there from just over $100,000, right, to, I think if my math is right, just under $300,000 US, right? They are offering a complimentary furniture package, at least for the time being. They're going to be marketing the unit. They're going to be doing check-ins. They're going to be doing cleanings, all of that, basically in-house, or at least from a subsidiary company from the same developer. And they're offering a 70% split with the owners on revenue there.
Is there anything in particular about this one that you've picked out which makes it stand out against the other ones? Is it a personal favorite of yours, or?
Sure. So I like Artrio A for its variety of units available and its proximity to Boat Avenue.
Okay. Have you left the best until last?
We're going to find out. This one is definitely prime real estate. Not only is it right next to Boat Avenue, but it is also adjacent to Laguna, right? So prime real estate. It is called the Standard. It comes to us from the Central Group. And if you're familiar with Thailand, you know Central Group. They've got holdings across a number of different industries, lots of reliability there. And then the Standard is part of the Hyatt group and their hotel. So you've got brand recognition in that. Prices here are higher than the last two properties that we covered. However, the spaces are much bigger as well. So the price per square meter is not as dramatic. It's still a very, very good price point. We've got 100 square meter 2-bedroom units that are going for just under 19 million Thai Baht, which is roughly 600,000 US dollars. You've got 3-bedroom units in the range of mid 20 to mid 30 million Thai Baht. And now we're getting into the 700,000 to just under $1 million range. And then they have some very, very special 300 square meter, 3-bedroom units. They are coming in just under 70 million. My best guess, I think they have just under about 50 units left remaining in the whole project.
Just wanted to interrupt to let you know that we actually have a free motorbike giveaway for selected units here on Pulse of Phuket. The unit at the Standard actually qualifies for this promotion. It's a motorbike which is a Forza 350, which we've identified as the most suitable motorbike to navigate the roads of Phuket. So if you're interested in that promotion and potentially purchasing a unit at the Standard residences, please contact us. Thank you.
You know, if you're not directly familiar with the Standard as a brand, their bars and the restaurants are destinations unto themselves. So they're very, very well recognized. And obviously that's going to attract its own clientele, and folks might want to be right there renting rooms, right on the spot. So in combination with its basically ideal location, its reputation as a fun brand that's a destination unto itself, that alone is its own selling point.
Eric Haig, thank you very much for coming today.
My
very
pleasure.
Much. Appreciated.
And of course, if any of the investors want some additional information on these projects or the other projects that these companies represent around, Phuket, they're welcome to contact us at the WhatsApp link in the details below.